My name is James Kluke, and I'd like to talk to you today about strange and unusual phenomena happening all over the planet. This planet that we live on, this beautiful planet. And there's strange things going on every day, such as there's ancient mysteries that are unexplained, there's modern myths that are unexplained, and there's, like, for instance, megalithic monuments. What do you know about those? I am the author of a book called, here it is right here, Mysterious Encounters and Mystical Experiences. And I'll bring that up so you can see it. Anyway, what I'm going to be talking about is some of the content of this book. But first of all, I'd like to say, what's going on in the world? Why aren't we explaining some of these things, such as the pyramids? They're a mystery. Stonehenge is a mystery. And what about these? You've heard of the giants that have roamed the earth in the past. I don't think it's prehistoric, but they, at one time before the flood, in the Bible, there were giants on the earth, supposedly 10, 15, 20 feet tall. And they found skeletons all over the earth. In various places. So there actually were giants here, and that's kind of an unexplained thing too. I'm not going to be talking about those in my book, but there's a lot of just weird tales that haven't happened to me that I would just like to, for instance, Bigfoot. Does anybody know anything about Bigfoot? Then there's the UFOs. Now that's something I'm privy to, and some information on that. Chupacabras. How about Mothman? Have anybody heard of Mothman? I think it's probably just a movie gimmick, to sell movies. But some people probably actually started that rumor a long time ago, if it was a rumor. It may not have been a rumor, it may have been a real thing. And so that's Mothman. How about vampires? Vampires have actually, there are such things as vampires, but that's a whole nother story. But how do you explain that? Why is there such a variance as vampires? Why would they exist? And zombies. And actually, zombies do exist. We know that. But what's the explanation for those? We have some medical explanations, but why would people want zombies to begin with? And how do they actuate? How do they become what they are? And then you have mysteries like crop circles. And nobody knows really how they're done. Everybody has kind of a, they feel they know what's going on with crop circles, but they really don't know. But it's a very spiritual thing to me. When I see crop circles, I see this very spiritual, most of the symbols that I see are very spiritual, and they have spiritual messages. And so that shows you there's some benevolent influences out there working, either for us or with us or something like that. Then there's the extraterrestrials. That's something also I discuss in my book, Mysterious Encounters and Mystical Experiences. And that's one of the things I discuss. And EBEs. I don't discuss the EBEs, but I have friends that are very... Now, EBEs are ethereal biological entities, in case you didn't know what those were. There's a multitude of other various types of extraterrestrials, all different types, sizes and shapes. So, in my book, the things that I discuss are basically, I discuss invisible entities or interdimensional entities, and I also discuss hybrids. And there's certain things in my book that I discuss also my spiritual experiences that I've had in my life, and the experiences I've had with different types of extraterrestrials, reptilian types, all this kind of stuff. So just to let you know, the book is available out there. It's on Amazon.com. And if you're interested in getting it, eventually it will be on Amazon.com. And really thank you for listening to this infomercial. Actually, it's an infomercial in a sense, because I am advertising this book. But in case you're interested in somebody else's experience, I am an experiencer, and I have experienced these things, and they're for real. I even have video documentation, which I have quoted in my book, that you can go to YouTube and see the videos on these things. Orbs, discuss orbs, and I had orbs videos of orbs taken in my house. So all of these things are in my book. So I hope you have an interest in these things. And by the way, I would like to discuss something else. If you see anything like UFOs, orbs, or if you see unexplained phenomena of any kind, like some kind of a being out there that you're not really sure what the heck it is, it might be an extraterrestrial, it might be a thing like Bigfoot, it might be just a person picking up the garbage that looks like Bigfoot. But if you see anything like this, report it. Report it to an organization called MUFON, because they'll take care of it. If you report it to the local authorities, they'll probably put it in a file and they won't do anything about it. Normally that's what the case is. But if you report to MUFON, which is Mutual UFO Network, they will actually send an investigator out there to check into what you're talking about. And if it warrants an investigation, in other words, they don't do it every time. But if it's interesting enough for them and they think that it warrants an investigation, they will send somebody out there. So that's a thing that I would like to point out. Don't be afraid. Because what is everybody afraid of? There's nothing to be afraid of. You just go ahead and report it. And that way the word gets out there. The more people that report their experiences, the more we know is going on. The more people that see UFOs and report those experiences, the more we know UFOs are real. And there's some people don't believe they're real. Some people don't believe extraterrestrials are real until it actually happens to them. And they say, wow, that's for real, man. There's something real. So again, thanks for listening, and you have a good day. Okay? Thanks.
Working on